You're in a committed monogamous relationship with a man, and that guy from Grey's Anatomy messages you on IG.
Yes.
What do you do?
I would obviously message back.
You message him back, but you're in a committed relationship.
Oh, I'm in a committed relationship.
In a committed monogamous relationship.
You're making him food.
You see, no, again, this is my point. This is exactly my point. You require stimulus outside the relationship.
Michael Sartain wrecks these foolish Instagram models, explaining why women destroy their own relationships. In this debate, as Michael Sartain with Rollo Tomasi drops the truth with undeniable facts about women's nature, proving why men are the source of the relationship and not women. Let's get in.
Stimulus outside the relationship. These happy relationships are not with girls who look like Instagram models. There were girls that you're happy with who are good to you and bring peace into your life. Do not exaggerate, do not accuse, do not attack, and don't tell you how you feel. They ask you how you feel, understand boundaries, or do things in order to protect the brand and build the empire. That's the girl that you end up wifing. She doesn't have to be an Instagram model in order for you to have that. The woman he chose gets her validation and stimulus from her husband. The women he didn't choose get their validation and stimulus from social media. If I'm in a relationship with a woman and her primary source of validation and stimulus is me and our relationship, that will work.
Yes.
If her primary source of validation is
Instagram,
the clout I can bring her and the attention she garners on Instagram, that will not work. I've said this before a million times. The correlation for a successful relationship is not she's a Christian, she's a redhead, she's a Scorpio, whatever. It's, does she require extemporaneous stimulus from our relationship to feel validated, or can she get all the validation she needs inside of the relationship? If she can, that will work. If she cannot, it will not work.
Yes. And I do believe like that's a big part of what I am, but also I do a lot of social media. I'm in the industry. A lot of my work, it's not even validation from the outside world, but I kind of have to take that so then I can be successful in my own self. Way.
You're in a committed monogamous relationship with a man, and that guy from Grey's Anatomy messages you on IG.
Yes.
What do you do?
I would obviously message back.
You message him back, but you're in a committed relationship.
Oh, I'm in a committed relationship.
In a committed monogamous relationship.
You're making him food.
You see, no, again, this is my point. This is exactly my point. You require stimulus outside the relationship.
Your answer has been said.
If the relationship is amazing and it's a healthy relationship, I would stay with my relationship.
I agree with you to stay with your relationship, but I also think you'd message the dude back. I think both things are true. And I think you agree
But it wouldn't be over clout. It would be because he's hot. There's a difference.
It's validation. It's stimulus outside the relationship and validation you're getting outside the relationship.
Has someone out there like.
But here's the thing. Granted,
agree.
But here's also the thing.
While I agree with you, 80% of relationships are ended by women. That's why it doesn't make it that much of a difference whether or not men find outside stimulus.
I've been broken
men
up
cheat
way
on their
more
wives,
times.
they report the same level. When men cheat on their wives, they report the same level of marital satisfaction as men who don't cheat on their wives. Because it's not, one has nothing to do with the other. If a man cheats or if a man looks at another woman, he's not more likely to leave you. He actually isn't more likely to leave you. In fact, men are just not likely to leave women in general. It's about 4 or 5 to 1 women leaving relationships. And this is not a function of men not living up either. I've heard this argument. This argument is completely moot. And the reason why I know it is because in lesbian relationships, 78% of the time they get divorced. 78% of the time. So when women don't have men to blame, they're still getting divorced. And in homosexual relationships, it's 28% of the time. So if the men are the problem, why are they getting divorced less? If women aren't the problem, why are they getting divorced more? It's because men aren't the problem. That women have a proclivity to want to end relationships more than men. Why is it? You remember what I talked about before about the disgust? You want to protect your offspring. Any sort that ick feeling you have is you evolutionarily protecting. It's a mismatch, but it's you protecting your offspring from a weird dude or a weird situation. That's why you're doing it. So you're just, there's 2 pilots and one of them is just more likely to pull the ejection handle. The one who's more likely to pull the ejection handle is female. That's just the way it works. Okay. In the relationship, women are more likely to pull the ejection handle. That's just the truth. 4 to 1.
A wise woman leaves before she is left.
For sure. But most women aren't left. That's my point.
Michael Sartain is 100% right with those facts, and I would add something else to it as well. Not only do women have the highest divorce rate, they also have the highest domestic abuse rate, right? It's funny how that doesn't work the other way with men. Why? Because men understand it's gonna be a fight. But women act emotionally, and if one's going to be submissive, the other is going to be emotionally dominant and just go crazy on them. So women have the worst relationships with one another. So guys are not the problem. And I think the biggest thing to take away from this excerpt is what he talked about with the social media, because in this day and age, with a cell phone on your hip, if a woman cannot stay validated within the boundaries of the home, the relationship, at some point she can just reach into her Instagram, reach into her phone. Like, the phone is so absolutely dangerous to relationships, because all these women have worldwide access to anyone at any point in time. And you, as the guy, the cornerstone of the relationship, you have absolutely no idea what she's really doing on that phone. You have no idea. So I think another thing is, unless a woman is willing to submit and give access to her phone to her man, then she's hiding something. And in this day and age, I don't know if you can trust that. I mean, put down below, would you trust a woman who's not willing to show you her DMs and inside her phone? Because like I said, in this day and age, anybody could be talking to her, and you have absolutely no idea. But hit that like button and hit the notification bell. It helps the algorithm, and let's get back in.
I also think that would I stay in a relationship that I know is a done deal and is healthy, or would I go after somebody that is just a poker chip?
Okay, but I've also seen women in healthy, happy relationships with guys who treat them well and still get bored and leave. In fact, I'm used to seeing that. In fact, that's the majority of what I see.
I've been broken up more.
But that's the nice guy.
I've only left one guy in my life. All the rest have broken up with me. So
you are also in a unique line of work.
No, this is before I got into it.
Okay, got it.
This is in North Dakota. I have not had a boyfriend since moving here.
Vegas is different.
I just don't have interest.
See, the thing is, in the social media age, it's like women have access to Instagram, where if you were to go, you don't have to be a star. You could just be an attractive woman. You put a few pictures up on Instagram. You now have access, worldwide access, to guys who are instantly going to be in your DMs, who are going to throw like after like, and hey, girl, looking good. You fine, blah, 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 blah. And the thing is, you could be a housewife and still, be in good shape, and you come and you throw whatever you want to on social media, and you're going to suddenly get access to all of this positive affirmation that men simply do not have access to, unless you are extraordinarily, exceptionally good looking. And why would you be on it if you were? So the thing is like, if you're in a relationship already to begin with, the guy is already at a disadvantage because he doesn't have access to that, to that level of affirmation, or that level of sort of like positive reinforcement that women have just all automatically for just simply putting pictures up.
Instagram models do not get wiped. How many times do I have to tell you guys that? It's a video circulating on the internet of Terry McLaurin and his fiance talking on the sidelines before the playoff game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, there's people in the comments talking about the looks of his fiance, calling her all types of names and saying that they thought that she would look better, and saying that they thought that he could do better since he's a professional athlete. And I'm here to tell you, when I look at her, she looks like a damn wife. I want you guys to get this illusion out of your head that these young professional athletes are supposed to be married to Instagram models. And I'm here to tell you, when it comes to those Instagram models, they are not going to do some of the things that other women would do to satisfy you. And I'm getting to the point where I realize that these young athletes cannot win in any situation, because if Terry McLaurin was engaged to a snow bunny, we would be on here talking about the fact that he's playing in the snow. If he got an Instagram model pregnant, we'll be on here talking about he got an Instagram model pregnant and she only with him for his money. But here he is, he has a hard-working wife. She has her own money. She loves him for him, and then people have something to say about their looks. And remember that these Instagram models with these hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of followers, they don't get married for a reason, because we have fun with Instagram models. We do not wife Instagram models. Remember that.
Wow, it's pretty crazy. What do you guys think?
Goddamn. I'm
Anybody?
Instagram model.
Any response to ladies?
I think people think that like athletes and rock stars and rappers and anybody with like any kind of like even low level celebrity needs to be with somebody who is like super high. Like if you know, what's
I think it depends on the
us
sport.
I do agree with what he said before. Is like when he was with a white girl, then we make fun of him for being with a snow bunny. If he's with another girl who's really attractive, she's only with him for the money. And now he's with a girl who like has her own money and really likes him. Well, then she's not hot enough. And the thing is, the reality is Terry McLaurin's famous and you're not. Terry McLaurin is Pro Bowl wide receiver for the Washington Commanders and you are not. And because of that, you want to talk about him. And that's the issue. No matter what you do, if the girl is too pretty, she's just with you for the money.
They're never going to be happy.
Exactly. Again, it doesn't make any difference. So they're not going to be happy. So that's part of the problem. These Instagram models don't get wiped out.
Let me know if you agree, but I think more or less these quote unquote Instagram models, you know, these girls out there, you know, trying to make a living, whatever off this. I think that's pretty much the modern day of the quote unquote working girl working the corner. Like no one's going to take you seriously. No one's going to want to spend, you know, all their time and attention, their future with you. If you're going to continue to put yourself out in this way, everybody looks at you with a certain aspect. And guess what? That's just part of the game. So you can go this route and be an Instagram model and, you know, have all your fun, whatever like that. But on the other side, the guy's looking at you like, I can find someone else who's not, you know, doesn't need all this attention, doesn't need to be on social media, is fine just being at the, you know, the house, doesn't need to go out. I would prefer that, and they're more likely to find that because why wouldn't you? Especially if you have money, if you're a Pro Bowl receiver, whatever it is. Why would I spend my time and attention on you? Like, it's just not worth it. It's more trouble than what it's worth. And at the drop of a hat, if you get bored or whatever, you're already on Instagram. You can just hop to another tree and hang out over there. But thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about what Michael Sartain had to say, wrecking these delusional Instagram models in this clip. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.